on your system. So anytime you sell yours, you can sell mine as well. And then anytime we sell, we probably don't have that much say in it, to be honest, because angio is like the biggest thing in the catheter labs, and then IVUS system is like a secondary. So it's probably not a
Okay.
win-win, but we have the compatibility agreement between these systems that anytime you sell yours, please help us sell ours. Our system is more like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really like that paragraph. I think it's a very strong paragraph. Um, and then I flew out to Europe twice to understand and analyze their design, and not just 3D models. And then
Okay.
I performed a thorough service installation procedures with the field service engineer in Europe, and then we wrote field service instructions, installation instructions, and then we also validated the design through a customer and user needs perspective. So then next time when we actually, as a product, release this a product, and then we actually integrate it with the Philips system, we have to validate the design, and we also obviously have to write protocols for that, and we successfully validated the design, saying that yes, customers do really have what they need, even from a third-party compatibility perspective.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, like it was the reason I want to emphasize that project is because it was a very new thing for me to manage, and then also to understand requirements from a third party. So I want to make sure that it's a bold thing where, like I'm kind of thrown into the situation and I'm handling it like a champ. If that means
Sure.
managing a project, if that means flying out to Europe and taking their requirements from a ESD standpoint, electrostatic discharge, and understanding design, project, timeline, because when we have a third-party compatibility, we're no longer driving a BFC timeline. Now we have to also meet their timeline, so that because they also have our requirements tied to theirs, so they can't close their project until we close ours.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I am not sure, just because this is a new format of resume that I'm looking at, do you think it would help to move like a technical skills portion on the very top of the resume?
I think the way your resume is tracked is because all of the keywords are there. So if a recruiter gets your resume, then if they are tracking it using the applicant tracking system or something, then they already know that the right keywords are there. We put it towards the bottom because highlighting them right at the top might take up a lot of space, and while we are trying to project your projects or your key accomplishments right away, and a recruiter usually spends 15 to 20 seconds on a resume, so we have to make sure that whatever concrete we have, we are conveying it right away so that he gets
Absolutely.
the content. Yeah. Mhm.
No, I think I understand that, because the objective portion is the one that has all the keywords, right? Like on the top where it
Yeah.
says seasoned mechanical leveraging. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mhm.
Okay, so in that objective, it says seasoned
Mhm.
mechanical engineer leveraging experience designing, developing, and enhancing robust manufacturing process equipment. I want to make sure, because I have never worked in the manufacturing side.
Mhm.
I'm in the research and development side. So I want
Okay.
to make sure that it I don't want people to get confused that I'm a test engineer, because usually when you're a
Mhm.
manufacturing process equipment engineer, you're developing a lot of fixtures for the
Yeah.
production team.
Mhm.
And that is not something I do. I want to make sure that they know that I'm a research and development medical device engineer. Like I do research and
Yeah.
development for medical systems.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I would like to, oh yeah, of course, I totally forgot about this. I want to also not make myself sound like I'm only good for the capital equipment. Capital literally is, in this case context, is the money that we're talking about. So that's a
Okay.
more of a hardware system, and that's the team I am on. I'm not on
Okay.
the single-use device like catheter that actually goes inside the body.
Uh-huh.
So I want people to understand when they're looking at my resume that yes, I am a medical device research and development engineer. However, I am not a uh, I'm not a person who works on the human catheter side so much. I am more on
Okay.
the systems like engineer, which is hardware, electromechanical systems, uh, software interfaces, single-use interface. That's for sure we can mention because as long
Mm-hmm.
even though I don't develop a single-use devices, but I know exactly how single-use devices interface with the humans and how they interface with the hardware side of the system. Because without the hardware, you cannot run the single-use device. If
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
means if that means spinning a catheter to perform a cross section of the artery, if that means
Yeah.
pulling a catheter back, which is the IVUS pullback, without the hardware capital equipment, you cannot do any of those things,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the manufacturing process equipment part, I don't want that there. I think I want to make sure that my first statement is more like boom, like I'm a a medical research and development engineer, more from that perspective.
Sure.
Yeah. And then achieving reliable final product designs by building and testing proven PLCP uh, PLCP concept. I don't know how to word this. I'll have to think more about this, but I want to make sure that the word PLCP is there. Like I mentioned
Okay.
earlier, it means product lifecycle process. Like
Okay.
Boston Scientific is like the monster in a very good way that kind of dominates the quality of a medical device industry. Hence, a lot of times Boston Scientific employees gets recruited a lot by other companies because
Mm-hmm.
of the Boston Scientific's
Yeah.
PLC process, I
Mhm.
should say, because Boston Scientific is one of the oldest medical device companies, and they know so much about product life cycle. If that means like where do you start, what other thousand steps do you do in between, and then you finally put out a product that has great reliability and quality.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
that's why other companies love Boston Scientific's employees because as a Boston Scientific employee, you know a lot about like how to make a reliable product because we have those released, proven, like standard operating procedures. That's another keyword I would like to enter in my objective. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is the standard operating procedures is what we follow. These
Okay.
are approved by engineers and PhDs and a lot of other technical folks that can say that yes, this PLCP process works all the time because of this much research and analysis.
Okay.
Yep. And I would like to capitalize the word design for excellence, like the first
Mm-hmm.
letters, because it's more of a abbreviation. So DFX is design for excellence, and uh, other one is the design for manufacturability, which is
Yeah.
DFM. So I would like to do that
Mhm.
too. And then other important word is DOP, which is detailed operating procedures.
Okay.
And I believe, one second,
Mhm.
DOP is more of an umbrella where the DFX and DFM falls within.
Okay.
Yeah. So one second, detailed operating procedures. Yep. And then I also want to emphasize that I am very much aware of the product lifecycle process. I think, like I mentioned earlier, uh,
Mhm.
from uh, from design verification, uh, from user needs to design verification to design validation, design reviews, and design validation,
Okay.
then commercialization. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.